You're listening to The Blunt Truth. Unscripted, uncensored, unwoke. Get ready to challenge everything.
What's up, everybody? You know who this is. This is Dougie Moore and
Steven Sapphic.
we are on The Blunt fucking Truth.
Yeah, there's the F word. You didn't say it last episode. We got it in.
Did.
What are we talking about?
Today we're going to go over addiction, forms of addiction, and how to get over addiction.
Nice. So why does this matter to you? Why do you like this topic? Why did you agree to this topic?
Well, because I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic. I stopped drinking 9 years ago. But before then, I was bad. I was drinking a sleeve of 100 proof vodka a day plus beer.
What's a sleeve for those of us that are not
A
alcoholics?
sleeve is 10 of those nips. You know,
Bro, I don't drink
little
like.
tiny bottles that you get at on the air.
Okay, right. No, clear. I got one right here. And my friend brought it recently. Okay, gotcha. 10 of those. Okay.
And little bottle nips a day. And then I'd get like 240s of beer.
In addition.
Yeah.
Wow. I know what a 40 is. I'm not that sheltered.
I was bad, but I didn't know I was bad because I was around people that were bad. So when you're around people that are bad, they don't know they're bad either. So when you start realizing that, hey, I might be a pretty bad alcoholic, and then all your friends are like, no, fine. No, you alcoholic. You know what I mean?
What did they say to justify it? At the point you're drinking that much, what kind of shit were they saying to make it seem all right?
It's not, we don't drink that much, or I don't get the shakes when I don't drink, or they go on
You didn't get the shakes at that point?
well, not at that point, but
Wow.
they would use that as an extreme, as an excuse. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that bad. I only drink 4 times a week. But I started realizing I had a problem when one day I was taking a shower and my shower lady was like, why do you have bruises all over your body? And I was looking around. I did have. I had all these black and blues all over my body. I was like, I don't know. She was like, did you fall out of your chair? I was like, no, I didn't fall out of my chair. And I looked it up, and it's a sign of my liver and kidneys failing. And when that happened, that was like, all right, now I have a problem. Because before it was I was in my late 20s. I felt like I was invincible. You know what I mean? Party every day. You know what I mean? But then when that gets shoved into your face that you're going to die if you don't stop doing what you're doing in the next few months, then it's a problem. And that's one of those things where you can't have an excuse for anymore. You can't shove it under the rug and be like, I don't have the problem. But yes, you do. Your liver's failing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Nah, it's just my liver failing.
When it was more, I don't have a problem. So I quit cold turkey, and it was the worst withdrawals I've ever been through, but I had to go through it, but it was easier for me because I don't have those demons. A lot of people drink to get away from things. You know what I mean? They drink or they do drugs to escape from something. You know what I mean? Maybe they were molested as a child. Maybe their parents died. Maybe something traumatic happened, and they're still chasing the dragon to help them cope with their problem. You know what I mean? I didn't have that problem. I was just drinking because I was bored. I don't work. I stay at home all day. So what does that do? That accumulates people who do the same. And the people who do the same, they drink all day. So when I sit around and don't have a job, I have people that come over every day and they drink. And that's what happened. That's why I drank. That was my addiction. But then when I felt like I lost a best friend, because for 10 some odd years, I would go to them for my problems. I would go to that to help soothe me through my issues, And not only that, when I stopped drinking, all my friends that I used to drink with, and hit me up anymore. You know what I mean? So all that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things because I chose me. You know what I mean? I chose me over getting fucked up every day with a bunch of people that don't give a fuck. I chose me over all these health problems that I've avoided by quitting when I did. You know what I mean? I could have died a real slow death and it would have been a very bad death. You know what I mean? Like I stopped on all I did that for me. I didn't do it for for my ego. For my like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the best decision I did. Because the moment I did that, I lost weight. I started thinking more clearly. I even quit doing music because music was my getaway from my problems, but my problems were fueled by alcohol. So once I stopped drinking alcohol, I stopped doing music because I don't really need to get away with from anything anymore because I meditate now. I'm doing healthier things now. You know what I mean? I'm relying on my consciousness and my heart and my soul to get through problems instead of looking for outward external things to help my inward. You know what I mean?
I think it's interesting. I know the Alcoholics Anonymous framework of identifying as a alcoholic or an addict forever. I do agree and I disagree, but first I want to share how I agree, which is that I see myself as an addict. I see almost everyone, pretty much everyone in my eyes is an addict in some form. And it doesn't have to be alcohol or even hard drugs. It can be addicted to distracting yourself. It can be addicted to artificial light at night. It can be addicted to stress, addicted to working. And just like you're saying, it's for most of those people, it's a suppression of their emotions. Because when they don't do that, emotions would come up that are really painful and uncomfortable. And what's really interesting is for you, it wasn't actually that. You were actually causing more emotional problems by drinking than it was the product. So that's interesting there. But yeah, I totally resonate with the idea of like, you know, that's why meditation's a great antithesis. Not to jump back to that topic, but it's just, yeah.
Now, meditation helped me through my addiction. You know what I mean? It helped me figure out why I was addicted, and it helped me figure out why it was so bad for the way that my personality and alcohol work together. And it's because I'm born different. It's because you guys have arms and legs, and you have the blood volume to go up and down to your fingertips and down to your toes, right? But for me, it's like a freaking engine. It just goes in a cycle. It doesn't go anywhere. So when it comes to alcohol, I'm getting drunk faster, but I'm getting sober fast. You know what I mean? So by the time I'm feeling kind of drunk and feeling nice, people aren't drunk yet. And by the time I'm passed out, blackout drunk, people are drunk, and then I'm already starting to sober up and I want to drink again because that's the way my body gets rid of it fast as fuck. You know what I mean? And I had to realize that I'm not like everybody and I can't be drinking like everybody because it's not the way that it works in my body.
That's insane that you were, though, at one point. Insane that you even were.
I was out drinking all of my friends. Like people were slumped on the couch while I was still drinking. Like my tolerance was stupid for my body. It was not good at all.
Yeah,
but
man.
I thought it was good because the people I was around thought it was good. And they, you know what I mean? It's the environment that you're around and your overall mental state. You know what I mean? And you could get over any addiction. It's just about how badly did you want it? Like I got over 3 addictions. I got over alcohol, cigarettes, and pills. You know what I mean? Cigarettes was the easiest one for me because it was so expensive. Like I was just done with them. Like it was gross. It's disgusting. I'm not even getting high. Like, why am I buying it to hurt myself? And now it's $10 a pack. Fuck that. I wanted to quit. That's why I quit. You know what I mean? So the urge to actually quit, it's upon you. So when you say you want to quit something and then you don't, you're lying to yourself. So when you say, "Oh, I have a drinking problem and I need to quit, I gotta quit," and then you don't, you're just lying to yourself. It's not gonna do anything. You can go tell everybody you quit drinking or quit smoking cigarettes. You're just lying to yourself, and that's
So what do you do? What do you do when you figure out that you're lying to yourself? How do you address that?
well. What first thing you got to do is you got to put away your ego, because the reason why you lie to yourself in your first place is because you're trying to impress somebody, right? Or you're not impressed, but you're trying to.
Manage your image, manage others' perceptions of you, their opinions, avoid rejection, avoid bad emotions.
Right. And
Ego thing.
need your ego to be like, "Oh, I could do it," when you can. You know what I mean?
Sure.
The urge has to be genuinely there. You know what I mean? So if you have a problem and you still can't get over it, then you need to seek professional help. And in today's society, it is like demonized for some reason to seek professional help. And it's like, why? When you say to somebody, you need to go see some help, people take offense. And it's like, no, I'm not attacking you at all. And that's one of the reasons why, like, I got kind of frustrated with when my brother that died recently. He had a drug problem. And what was frustrating with me was I was trying to get through to him because I did beat the game. I beat the addiction game. Don't you want to know how to beat it, bro? You know what I mean? Don't you want to know how I beat the level? You know what I mean? But it was frustrating because he still thought he didn't have a problem. It wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? And it all begins with first knowing you have that problem and that issue. And so know that you have to have some sort of humility. You know what I mean? To know that you yourself are wrong. And to have humility, you have to get rid of that ego. That ego is going to tell you, "No, dude, you ain't wrong. It's the world that's wrong." No, you have to have humility. In order to have humility, you have to put away that ego. You know what I mean?
The world is wrong in a lot of ways, and one counter argument I would assert is that go private if you're going to tell somebody to get help, because so many of these intelligence agents that think they're well-intentioned parrot a script of seek help, go to a psychologist, go get help, especially in public forums, and that does way more damage than good. And I say that as someone who's been to a psychologist regularly just for mental health maintenance. As a busy entrepreneur, I go once a month, once every 3 weeks, actually. And I've been seeing the same psychologist since I was 18, 19, on and off. Yeah, it's if you go private and you encourage a true friend to find a professional who's aligned with them. That's a big key, as it takes dating around. I shouldn't say that, but you have to find several psychologists to find one that vibes with you, has your values, sees the world the same way you do. And then
One of the psychologists that went through the same shit kind of that you did. You don't want to go to a psychologist that never went through addiction, because then they're going to just regurgitate what addiction books have taught them without actually going through it themselves. Like, you want to go get the advice to quit doing something from someone who's actually done it.
facts.
That's actually doing it. And that is in religious practice of it. You know what I mean? You don't want to go to a psychologist that doesn't have a drinking problem, that's never had one, that doesn't really know, except for beyond what books have told them. They don't know what withdrawal feels like. They don't know they don't know. They may think they know, but they don't know the wisdom. They've never went through it. So if you're going to go and try and get addiction help, you want to go to a place where somebody has actually done it before. Whether you know somebody who is a friend that's done it before, that could be your sponsor privately, that you don't want your business put out there to the open. You know what I mean? But to seek help, you have to do it for you. You have to be selfish to seek help. You know,
it's not selfish to be selfish.
No, it's not. It's really not, especially when it's for bettering yourself. You know what I mean?
And what's so funny is I took all the classes to get a certificate of addiction counseling in addition to my psychology education. And uh, the last part to get certified was do an internship, go into a rehab center and run a program. And I didn't do it. And I didn't do it for the reason that you mentioned, was that I've always been addicted to food. I went through addictions of Adderall and Ritalin and Vyvanse and Concerta. I could say I'm addicted to marijuana, definitely addicted to some doom scrolling, so to speak. But point is, I felt like how could I possibly help someone who's been through the depths of hell with addiction in particular if I didn't even feel like I really struggled nor overcame anything remotely close to those mountains in that department, in that lane, right? Didn't do it.
Right. Well, that's because it's your ego. Your ego is afraid to, because your brain likes to do things fun. It doesn't like to know when it's wrong. You know what I mean? It likes to party, party, party. Or in your case, it likes to eat, eat, eat. Or it likes to do this, 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 and this. And when you, your soul, your heart, tell your brain, I don't know, want to do this no more. Your brain's going to do whatever it takes to get you back doing it. You know what I mean? And that's the struggle. Because
Right,
you're
but weren't you saying right? But weren't you saying that you prefer addiction counselors that have been through what you've been through?
right. Yeah.
So you would not have wanted me to be your addiction counselor.
No.
So you're saying I should have still done it anyway and just let them down as a teacher, or
No, you should have done counseling and things that you are experienced in. I mean, you don't want to be a counselor in alcoholism because you don't have an alcohol problem. You know what I mean? Simple as that. You want to be a counselor in things that you yourself have mastered that you could teach other people to your ways. You know what I mean? But I don't want to go to somebody, say I have a drinking problem and they didn't never had it before, try to tell me how to get off of it.
right? I don't know if there were any like food addiction options available, but I certainly, even now, I'm not really qualified to counsel people through food addiction because I still binge eat all the time. I still binge eat almost every single day.
Yeah, you wouldn't be qualified to do that. Only, only, only because you still do it. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like
I do.
I would kind of I'm not really qualified in a sense of like a psychologist, but I'm more qualified to like help people off of alcohol than you are qualified to help people off of food binging because I haven't drank one drop in 9 years. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? When the
true.
last you food binged was what, a week ago?
Yesterday.
There you go. See,
But I do one meal a day also. So I fast 23 hours a day, and then I try to fast 7 days, 12 days, like once every 2, 3 months. I balance it out somewhat.
no, but what I'm saying is you're currently a food binger, so you wouldn't be qualified to tell people to stop binging because
Sure, if only because they wouldn't listen.
well, what I'm that you want the best person qualified for the position. You know what I mean? I
Who's
wouldn't go
done it? Yeah.
ask a 400-pound motherfucker how to lose weight. It just doesn't happen.
I can
'Cause
teach you how to eat shit and avoid gaining weight with holistic health techniques.
I mean, that's what you could do. But
Well, I
most
was just kind of self-deprecating
most
joke
people
there.
can't really do that because they have bad eating habits. They overindulge.
Yeah. But I think there's just so much more acceptance. You could compare an addiction counseling group where everyone's doing different substances. Some are binge eaters, some are binge drinkers, some are crack addicts. They all have the same trauma. They were all molested as children.
Right.
And you could imagine an addiction group where it's the same thing. It's all alcohol, or it's even all cigarettes, but it's all different underlying traumas. Some people were molested, some had to kill somebody in a gang, some were raised in a satanic family. So it's all different reasons. And what I would suggest is that the best thing you could possibly do is find a group that fulfills both criteria, where it's the same substance, but it's also for the same reasons. That's all, just an idea.
I mean, addiction the thing is this, like everybody, like you said before, addiction, everybody could be addicted to anything. You know what I mean? It's about how that addiction is controlling you is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, you said you might be addicted to weed, right? You ain't sucking dick for weed. Weed ain't killing you. Weed ain't putting you out on the street.
Here's what I would say. Thing would take me to that level. I've been heavily addicted to Adderall, Vyvanse, Concerta, Focalin. I've had periods where I drank a lot. I've smoked more cigarettes than a lot of people in my life. You can hear it in my fucking voice. So nothing hard, soft. I've drank heavily for periods. Nothing has ever taken me to that level. So you weren't sucking dick for alcohol, were you?
No,
So what's your argument?
but my argument is that alcohol was killing me.
Yeah. Well, it's about slow versus fast. And I would argue that stagnation is death. And if it's holding you back from growing, it's killing you. And there's a point in my growth where weed does hold me back. But I also know that my highest and best life, weed doesn't have to hold you back. It's totally about the relationship with it. You're right.
Yeah. It's about the relationship. It's all about how you use it in moderation. It's the same thing with alcohol. I've come to the conclusion that people can drink and some people can't. I can't. You know what I mean? I know friends that could just drink on the weekend. It is what it is. But
Food's hard because you have to eat. So it's like I
Right.
either go extreme and then I crash the fuck out with McDonald's, or I just do what I do to manage it, which is fast 23 hours. I just let myself binge one meal a day. And it's not my highest life, and it does hold me back way more than weed does. I'll say that.
right. But the thing is this, your food problem, I'm looking at you right now. You're not going to die because
I agree. And like I said,
You know,
it's that holistic health knowledge and the measures I take through structured, constant breath work, exercise, time in
right.
nature.
Yeah, when you binge eat, it's not life threatening. But if I would have binge drink, pretty life threatening. You know what? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because
It's way more dangerous.
in that situation, say you were 450 pounds and you're binge eating, and it's going to kill you.
Absolutely.
Then I'll say yes. Then maybe you should seek help. But
Absolutely.
since you binge eat, not really a bad. It's not really a dangerous thing for you as a person. Because
One thing I'll offer,
you're not 400 pounds and you don't have clogged arteries and you don't have diabetes and you're not going to be having to chop your foot off anytime soon. You know what I mean? Because you found a balance in binge eating. You know what I mean? But a lot of binge eaters are like 350, 400 pounds.
now, what I would suggest real quick, just so I don't feel invalidated, is that weight is one metabolic pathway, and some people get fat when they drink. Some people, it goes to their liver and fucks the liver up. So food's very similar. So it also depends what you eat. Is it hydrogenated oils? Is it sugar? For me, it's everything. I binge eat 3,000, 4,000 calories at once, so it can get very bad. And I will say, I do have enough self-control to not throw up. I've only ever thrown up like twice. And that to me is the best indicator more than weight. Because the bad binge eaters I know will puke more than twice in their life or 3 times in their life from eating. So now here's the thing. Here's the problem. I binge eat myself to sleep, and it's almost impossible for me to sleep without binge eating. I did it yesterday only because I did a whole bath ceremony. I did stretching after that, and I did my nighttime routine. I was able to go to sleep. But 9 days out of 10, it's just a meal that I eat till I'm stuffed so I can pass out.
Right.
But yeah, there's a balance in it for sure. It's definitely not like you would be able to tell if I was having like radical changes or something, Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you're binge eating, like I said, you're not like 400 pounds, bro. So, I mean, your binge eating isn't really that dangerous for you.
Bro,
You know?
it's like you tune out when I talk, for fuck's sake. I just did a whole point about how there's different metabolic pathways. Not everyone gains weight. Other people will die from binge eating like an alcoholic with yellow skin. Some people have kidney failure. Some people, it's different. Like, I have numb fucking toes from my amount of binge eating I do, bro. It's not like I fucking, just to look at fucking appearance is not everything.
Yeah, but have you gotten any blood work done?
No, and I won't. I never will. I don't believe in measuring. I think it's against God's will.
Yeah.
But I know enough about holistic health to know what's going on and how to fix it. And it comes down to detox. And then you emotionally vomit alongside the physical toxins that you ate to suppress. That's why puking after drinking feels so good. You trigger it and then you fucking puked it out, the emotion.
I never puked when I drank.
That's because you weren't drinking to suppress emotions. Goddamn. That checks out.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't puke, dude, because I was thinking no limbs is dangerous, especially with that. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
I never puked when I drank. Everybody would be
That's
puking and I'd be
insane.
sitting there laughing.
I'm sorry for yelling, bro. I'll leave in some of the yelling, but I'll cut out the more extreme yelling. It's not because I think you're a child. I just have temper tantrums. Anger comes from the liver. Clogged up liver will make anger tantrums.
Yeah, you need to detoxify your liver, damn it.
I do, dude. I'm going to do 30 days Purium and then Zen Cleanse. Zen Cleanse is like, they have something called a rainbow cleanse. Ignore the name. It's not gay, but it's basically 12 days and you can fast or you can not fast. I fasted the entire 12 days. I had the gnarliest types of stuff coming out. I had like just ropes of mucus. I had what looked like quicksand, what looked like tar. Didn't even check deep for parasites. I'm sure they were in there, but it's amazing how much toxins can be exponentially packed in the body and then unfurl, just like the yarn of the mind when we meditate.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to addiction, it's not impossible to stop, especially when it's a problem. You know what I mean? You're either going to have solutions or excuses. That's all addiction comes down to. It's like, how bad do you want to stop doing what you're doing? You're either going to make excuses or you're going to make solutions.
Reasons or results.
Right. And the universe loves both. They'll give you both. You make excuses, that's going to make it worse for you. You make solutions, that's going to make it better for you. So
Heavenly Father and his wife creation is the universe, or is the universe more than that?
The universe is just the physical universe.
Okay, so it's smaller.
Also has a universal mind.
We'll get to that next episode. We got to go. It sounds really interesting. We got to keep the viewers hooked. Peace out, bro.
Peace out.
Follow us on social media, bloodtruthpodcast.com. What else?
If you can do it, if I could do it, so could you.
Yes, please email info@bloodtruthpodcast.com. Dougie and I personally monitor the inbox. If you have any substance abuse problems, or you're doom scrolling, or you're hooked on porn, or you're hooked on escorts, or you're hooked on cocaine, or fentanyl, or Kool-Aid, anything, reach out to us and we can help. Much love.
Thanks for tuning in to The Blunt Truth with Steven and Dougie. Enjoy the conversation. Join us every Wednesday for more unfiltered discussions. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your support keeps the truth coming. Elevate your journey. Connect with us on social media at blunttruthpodcast.com. Until next time, be kind, keep growing, and remember, knowledge is infinite.